And the babe swings. It's a long one going out toward right center. Stengler's backing up against the wall. He can't get it. It's in there.
Matthew swinging at the whistling line drive to left center field. Into the base hit is taken on the second mound. Jackie Robinson is being pummeled by his teammates.
Baseball, America's pastime. The crack of the bat, the roar of the crowd. News Radio 620, KTAR, and the Gila River Indian community are proud to present the Arizona Diamondbacks, our championship season.
Great pleasure today to announce that Major League Baseball has voted to award expansion franchises to Tampa, St. Petersburg, and Phoenix, Arizona.
If you build it, they will come.
This is the official ribbon-cutting ceremony. It's another step along the way toward our grand opening in 1998 of Major League Baseball.
Major League Baseball had arrived in Arizona. The 2001 season began much like any other. Down in Tucson, the veteran players reported for spring training, along with some new faces. Outfielder Reggie Sanders.
I tell you, we're going to have a lot of fun out there. You know, I tell you, veteran guys, you know, I mean, they have the experience, you know, and like I can't say enough that none of the guys have ever won a ring before. So I know in the back of our mind is that's our ultimate goal, you know, and that's what we want to do, and we have the team now to do that.
Among those new faces was the team's manager, Bob Brenly.
You know, I think you just kind of have to wait and see. You know, he's basically in uncharted waters. This will be a new experience for him, managing.
Brenly's jump from the broadcast booth to the dugout was one of many decisions that would be questioned as the season began. With 162 games in front of them, Brenly's simple philosophies quickly paid off.
Here's a 1-2 from Johnson, and strike three called in the inside corner. Number 10 of the night for the big unit. Manti trying to close it out. Goodwin gets a good lead at first. The stretch and the pitch. Grissom pops it up. Shallow left. Womack out, calling for it. He's got it. The Diamondbacks win it. The Diamondbacks win their first game under new manager Bob Brenly as they beat the Dodgers 3-2 here tonight at Dodger Stadium.
1 month into the season, it was obvious that something electric was happening.
Deep drive to right. It's a goner. Number 11. Made for Arizona. That ties the National League record for home runs in the month of April. Luis Gonzalez with number 11, and it's 8-4. Deep drive to right. Warning track wall. You can touch them all. Luis Gonzalez, his 6th career home run against Greg Maddux. It's 3-1.
It's kind of funny around the city. So many people are following it that I was telling one of the guys today. I went to eat lunch with my wife and the kids at Don Pablo's, and I ordered my meal. When it came out, there was a tortilla right in the middle of it that said hit number 12. So, I mean, everywhere you go, people are following it. So it's finally nice to go ahead and get it out of the way.
So the Diamondbacks now lead the majors in round trippers. Another one for Gonzalez. Deep right field. Warning track wall. He's tied Ken Griffey Jr. with his 13th home run in April. It's 13-6 Arizona.
Oh, there's no doubt. It's a lot nicer. I think when I was on my 30-game hitting streak, we lost a lot of games, so it kind of made it tough to enjoy that, and at the same time you were losing. So I think now our ball club is starting to play real well.
As the book closed in April, the D-backs had quickly become a team to be reckoned with.
19 strikeouts for Randy Johnson. He goes into his windup. Here's a pitch. He struck him out. He's got 20. And he points to the sky with his glove. 20 strikeouts for Randy Johnson. And he leaves to a tremendous ovation. The payoff pitch on the way. They run. Grace, a fly ball, deep right field. Way back. Warning track, wall, off the wall. Here comes Gonzalez. Here comes Sanders right behind him. The Diamondbacks have tied it up on a double by Grace, and he almost hit it out.
In late May, Pac Bell Park was the stage for what would become the season's longest game, as the Snakes took on the defending division champion San Francisco Giants. A game that stretched from late one night to early the next morning.
There's a stretch. Finley his lead. Here's a pitch. Finley runs, and Durazo hits one down the left field line. Bond's over. He won't get it. It's a fair ball, and Finley's going to come around and score. Durazo's into second with an RBI double, and the Diamondbacks have a run. 1-0 Arizona. Vogelsong, the runner at third. That's the tying run. Bond's a winning run at second. A 2-2 count on the hitter. Swindell's ready. And his 2-2 pitch to Santiago, and it's hit into the air into right field. Reggie Sanders is there. And the Diamondbacks have won this ball game in 18 innings, 1-0.
Baseball has always been about fathers and sons. From backyard catch to big league ball, the bond remains. As Tony Womack was still grieving the loss of his father, surrounded by his baseball family, he rekindled that bond in an emotional display on June 17th, Father's Day.
Here's the 0-1 to Tony. Deep drive into right, way back, warning track, wall, and you can touch them all, Tony Womack, a grand slam, 7-1 Arizona.
As the season's first half drew to a close, Luis Gonzalez and the Diamondbacks had positioned themselves as the team to beat in the West.
Gonzo, another one, number 34, way back and way out of here. We're tied at 5.
Still don't feel we've really hit our stride yet. I think we can improve offensively. We can improve in all aspects of our ball game, and I think that's what drives this team. As good as we've been playing and the success that we've had up to this point, we think we can be better. You always like to see good things happen to good people, and certainly Louis is good people, and he deserves all the accolades he gets. And as I said a couple of weeks ago, part of the problem is Luis doesn't seek the accolades. He doesn't make himself bigger than the team or bigger than the game, and his humble attitude is what makes him such a great teammate and why so many people speak so highly of Luis Gonzalez. But by the same token, he probably doesn't get the same kind of notoriety as other players do because of it.
Joining Gonzo in the All-Star game were the Snakes' dynamic duo of Randy Johnson and Curt Schilling, both of whom proved to their opponents why the Diamondbacks were sitting atop their division. Gonzo's bat was another big reason the D-backs were on top, and he took that bat to Seattle to face off against the game's top sluggers in the Home Run Derby.
Gonzalez with 2 home runs in the final round, and make it 3. 3 swings, 3 home runs. He still has 4 outs left. Here comes the next pitch, and there goes the next pitch. The 4th home run in a row. Sosa is eliminated, 2 home runs. Gonzalez with 6 in the championship round. And Luis Gonzalez is the winner of the 2001 Century 21 Home Run Derby.
I'll tell you what, this is awesome. I mean, see all the other guys in this Home Run Derby, and I didn't expect myself to be in here in this situation, but I'm having a blast out here.
With the All-Star break behind them, the Diamondbacks knew the dog days of summer would provide the real test. While Arizona's All-Stars got much of the attention, the team's bench best personified the club's grit and determination.
High drive, deep right field, warning track, wall. It's a grand slam for DeLucci. 5-0 Diamondbacks. Looking for his second 5-hit game. He had one off Mike Hampton of the Rockies earlier, and it's a line drive. He's got his 5th hit. 5 for 5 for Junior Spivey. He's done it twice now since coming up for the minor league.
Key plays were also being made by the Diamondbacks dugout. With Matt Manti on the DL, the closer's role fell on the shoulders of the diminutive BK Kim.
A 1-2 pitch to Sammy Sosa. Is strike 3 called, and the Diamondbacks win it.
He caught Sammy looking for a breaking ball. 90-mile-per-hour fastball right down the middle. Sammy couldn't pull the trigger.
As the September stretch approached, the race for the flag in the NL West was taking shape. The Diamondbacks were holding on to a narrow lead, and helping maintain that lead once again was the red-hot bat of Luis Gonzalez.
1-0 Arizona. RBI single by Matt Williams. Reeder. And the 1-0 to Gonzo. There it goes! Way back! Number 50 for Gonzalez!
Along with Gonzo, two surly veterans were helping to point the way. Matt Williams and Steve Finley.
Serrano's set. Here's a pitch. He's going to swing this time. There it goes! Way back! Diamondbacks win it! Matt Williams, two-run homer. And the Diamondbacks win it 8-6. It's a walk-off. And the 2-0 to Finley. And there it goes to deep center field. Back goes Kontze. He won't get it over his head up off the wall. Here comes Grace. Williams following. He's going to be held at third on a double by Finley. And boy, is he on fire.
The team was on a roll, and Diamondback fever was engulfing the state. Then, tragedy struck our nation.
We're watching video from New York right now, and we understand a plane has crashed into one of the two towers of the World Trade Center. And I believe it's the South Tower, the tower that was hit lower down by one of the jetliners, it has now collapsed. One of the World Trade Center towers has just collapsed down into the street. This is just an unspeakable disaster.
The uncertainty of September 11th left many wondering about far more important issues than the game of baseball.
I'm a baseball player, but foremost I'm a son to my mom and dad, and I'm a husband to my wife, and I'm a father to my children, and baseball's just what I do. And that's where we really need to be at this point, because it puts it all in perspective that this is a game.
I'd like to get out there and play. I'd like to have baseball be one of the things that America can look to that is good, and baseball is good. We have to keep going. We can't live in fear, because that's what they would want, is for us to live in fear.
As our nation began to heal, the boys of summer were ready to play ball in the fall. The race was on. Nothing came easy for the 2001 Diamondbacks. One player who personified the makeup of this club was catcher Damian Miller.
Miller hits it into right center field. That'll get the run home. And this ball is gone, a home run. Rod, the key was he kept it low. He didn't get it high in the air. And the Diamondbacks led it 4-3.
The depth of the team had been one of its strengths all season long. With the finish line quickly approaching, the team would not buckle under the pressure of the pennant race.
Here's a 3-2 pitch to Craig Counsell with 2 men out. And a line drive base hit. 2 more runs will score. And the Diamondbacks now lead it 9-1. Johnson at second, Womack at first, nobody out. Bautista hits it to center. Pretty well hit. Back goes Ochoa at the warning track at the wall. It's off the wall. Here comes Johnson with Womack right behind him. They're churning for the plate, and they both will score on a triple by Bautista.
Yeah, it's fun. It's great. Because I've been on the other side where guys are cleaning their rifles and putting new line on their fishing reels right now, and that's no fun. This is what everybody plays the game for.
Unlike their pennant in 1999, the clinching of their second National League West crown was met with a very business-like approach, with the memory of their past failure providing the fuel for the next round.
I think this group here is a lot tougher mentally wise. We got more. We got a better bench. I think we have one of the best benches in all of baseball. We have the best 1-2 punch in baseball with Randy and Kurt. And, when you get into these short series, I think every team right now in the National League fears playing us right now because of the way we've been playing.
The St. Louis Cardinals would provide the D-backs' first postseason challenge in 2001. Curt Schilling would toe the rubber for the first game.
The top of that lineup looks more like an American League club than the National League club at times when they're really swinging the bats well. So, the one guy that in this lineup that I really haven't faced, haven't really seen is Pujols. So that's the guy that I'm trying to make sure I'm well aware of how and when I want to do what I want to do tomorrow.
Schilling's meticulous research has always been one of his trademarks. His domination of the Cardinals in Game 1 set the stage for a dramatic postseason.
2 on Polanco. Schilling winds, and here's the pitch, and he struck him out on the split. Back-to-back strikeouts for Schilling. 2 up, 2 down here in the Cardinals' 6th inning. This crowd's been into it tonight. Those who have been here have really enjoyed the game, and they have really been helpful for the Diamondbacks and Schilling. Here's a 1-2 pitch. Struck him out swinging. He got the split, and he didn't catch up with it. 1 out in the 9th. What a terrific performance by Schilling. 0-2 on Edmonds. The windup. Here it comes. And a ground ball to second. Council's got it. Throws to first. Diamondbacks win it. Schilling gives a big hug to Mark Grace. He was outstanding tonight.
Well, I mean, this is the way we've won games over the last 2 months. Somebody figures out a way, and it's easy to do stuff as long as no one cares who gets the credit. And we have been that way we've been that way all year, but for the last couple of weeks when we needed to win, somebody found a way to win the game for us.
With a 1-0 series lead, the focus quickly shifted to Game 2 starter Randy Johnson. The question that weighed heavy on everyone's mind, would Randy be able to exercise his postseason demons and take it to the next level?
Pujols digs in, Renteria off first. There he goes, here it is, and it's hit into the air, pretty deep right field, down the line. Back goes Sanders, and this ball is gone, a 2-run homer. And the Cardinals lead it 2-0. A little number up first base side, and fielded by Pujols. The game is over. He steps on the bag, and the Cardinals have an even up this series at a game apiece.
We didn't score a run until he was out of the ball game, and if you don't score, you can't win. I think it's unfair to point at that record and infer that somehow it's all Randy's doing. He has pitched well enough in the majority of his postseason games to win those games if we score any runs for him.
As a power pitcher, you don't have a lot of... Power pitchers usually take a little bit longer to get in the stream of the flow of the game. Well, from the first inning, that could be the ball game right there, and essentially it was. You have no room to make errors or bad pitches or things of that nature because, I've watched a few of the postseason games up to this point. It's been all pitching.
We're okay. Obviously, all we have to do now, we just feel like we've left a lot of opportunities on base, so we just got to pick up on those things.
With the series tied and the postseason clouds still looming over Randy Johnson, the D-backs took the field for Game 3 in Busch Stadium. As the tension built, a very cool and collected Miguel Batista took the hill. With the Arizona bats coming to life and Batista pitching brilliantly, the Snakes were back on track.
The stretch in the 3-1, and Council a deep drive to right, down the line, way back in the corner, home run! Diamondbacks lead it. Craig Council a 3-run homer, and the Diamondbacks shoot on top by a score of 5-2.
It was great baseball. I mean, bottom of the 9th inning, I went up to Kerry Robinson, who was on second. I said, "This is unbelievable. You guys got 2 men on, and Big Mac's up. In the bottom of the 9th inning. I mean, it was a great baseball game. I mean, I think it was. I don't know if nervous. I think fun's the word. I mean, that's fun.
Miguel, as he has done pretty much all season long, he gave us exactly what we needed tonight. We don't expect him to go out there and throw 9 innings. We don't expect him to shut the other team out completely, but we do expect him to keep us in the ball game. And after the Edmonds home run, he settled in nicely, made some great pitches.
Of course, I was nervous. I mean, a man that had never felt fear had never been brave because he had never defeated anything. And the calm point in time in your career where you don't feel the butterflies in your stomach, you're not willing to compete because it doesn't mean anything to you.
With a 2-1 lead in this best-of-5 series, the Diamondbacks' late-season acquisition, Albie Lopez, was given the daunting task of trying to close it out on the road. Back home, the fans were on edge about Brenly's choice of this inconsistent starter.
And Lopez, who allowed 2 hits and a run in the first inning, ready to work here. And the first pitch to the Cardinal center fielder is driven deep to left. Back goes Gonzalez at the wall, and it's gone. Lopez set, the stretch, and now the pitch. And Pena hits one deep down the right field line, into the corner, home run. Hit the pole out there, a 2-run shot, 4-1 St. Louis. So it's still not over. The pitch to Damian. And a ground ball to short. Now it will be. Renteria's got it. And the Cardinals win it. And there will be a Game 5 tomorrow in Phoenix.
With the series all knotted up, it was do or die for the Snakes. The air at Bank One Ballpark was thick with anticipation, excitement, and jitters. Brenly would call on Game 1 starter Curt Schilling to try and finish off the Cards. Like any series clincher, this one gave the fans a little bit of everything.
Sanders, there it goes! 1-0 Diamondbacks. Look out, Fridays! Woo! On Sanders, home run. We mentioned Schilling with 5 strikeouts in the game. He's allowed 3 hits with a walk. And he leads it by a run. Big right-hander ready, and the 2-2 pitch. And he struck him out of the high fastball for the 3rd time. Schilling's allowed only 1 hit so far. Edmonds lines one. That's caught by Counsell. Counsell left his feet. That ball, when he caught it, almost knocked him over. 2 up, 2 down.
Like the regular season, the D-backs worked for every win. And this game would prove no different.
We're in the bottom of the 9th in a 1-1 game. Runner at second, the winning run. That's Bautista. 2 outs. Out of the stretch. And the 2-2 pitch to Tony Womack. Here it comes, and it's a little looper. And that ball dropped. Here comes Bautista. And the Diamondbacks win. Womack delivers. The Diamondbacks are going to the National League Championship Series against Atlanta. How about that?
I mean, I did everything I can to put the bat on the ball. I mean, this guy made one of the toughest pitches I've seen to squeeze. And, you know, I just put it away. I had to put it away. In order to overcome what I just wasn't called upon to do, I had to put it away real quick and get focused and try to do what I do best.
The World Series was only 4 wins away. But standing between Arizona's goal of their first National League championship were the vaunted and seasoned Atlanta Braves.
Atlanta always seems to turn it up to that next level every time they get into postseason play. And Bobby Cox and the coaching staff, they do a great job preparing those guys. It's almost like they go through the season in a lull. They've been there the last, 9 or 10 years in a row. They know what they have to do to get into postseason play, and when they get there, they do everything they can to win.
We know that for a decade, the World Series goes through Atlanta. So we have to, here we go. We're going through Atlanta.
Game 1 would be a baseball lover's dream matchup, with 2 of the game's most dominating pitchers, Randy Johnson and Greg Maddux.
With Randy, you dread the intimidation, and with Maddux, you dread the inevitable. They each go about their business in their own way. You know, Randy is more of an overpowering, challenge you with his best stuff kind of a pitcher, where Greg Maddux will tease you and change speeds and move the ball in and out and up and down.
While Maddux fielded questions about the game at hand, Johnson's past was once again brought to the forefront, and the media was relentless.
I mean, there's no more pressure now than there was, throughout the course of the game. That's kind of my approach. I mean, during the regular season games, no matter how poorly I pitched or how good I pitched, I put the games behind me when I walked out the door, and I've done that during the postseason as well. I would much rather have the expectations put on me and have them put on me by my teammates and myself, because those are the only 2 elements that really matter. My teammates are counting on me and to go out there, and I count on going out there and pitching a good game.
As Randy took to the hill, the crowd in downtown Phoenix could be heard around the state. Johnson wasted no time in quickly putting his past behind him.
First inning run knocked in by Reggie Sanders. Here's the wind on the 0-2, and he struck him out. Swinging, second time, 6th strikeout for the big unit. Out of the stretch, ready. And the 2-2 pitch to Lopez, and he struck him out with a slider. 10 strikeouts in the game for Randy Johnson. Johnson has struck out 8. Here's his 2-2 pitch to Andrew Jones, and he struck him out for the 3rd time. And for the 3rd time, Jones went fishing for a pitch off the outside corner. 1 away. 20 in a row sent down by Randy Johnson. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Brian Jordan. Johnson gets his sign again, and he's sent. Out of the stretch. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Jordan. Struck him out swinging, and the Diamondbacks won it. slider, and Johnson gets the complete game shutout victory.
Mentally, this game out here today, facing Maddox, this kind of game is more mentally draining than it is physically draining, because you realize that you make one mistake, and that could be the ball. Someone might say in here, is this a monkey off your back? It's more like a gorilla, King Kong. Nothing's easy either. I get 2 quick outs and get ahead of all the hitters that I faced and give up 2 base hits. But that's the kind of team that they are.
With King Kong back in his cage, Arizona's dynamic duo looked even more menacing. While Schilling was resting for Game 3, Brindley would once again turn to Miguel Batista to give the Snakes a wider margin in the series.
And the first pitch of the night from Batista is hit into left field and deep. And that ball is going to go. And it's 1-0 Atlanta on the first pitch of the game. And the first pitch to Javi Lopez is driven deep to right, down into the corner, and it is gone. And Atlanta has taken a 3-1 lead and hit that pole out there. 2 hits in this game for the Braves, and both have been home runs.
Throughout the season, the Achilles heel of the Diamondbacks was in the far corner of left field, the bullpen. The night and the series were about to get tougher.
Morgan set. Here is that 1-1 pitch, and it's lined to left, down the line, trouble, Gonzalez over, can't get it. It goes to the wall, and Atlanta's going to get a couple more. Jordan's into second with a 2-run double, and the Braves extend their lead to 5-1. Here's the 2-2 to Surhoff, and it's hit deep to right. Back goes Sanders, and this ball's gone. It's a 2-run homer, and Atlanta's really opened it up. It's 7-1.
Unlike a lot of people, I'm not as afraid of our bullpen as other people are. We've had a couple of speed bumps in the road lately, but for the overwhelming majority of the season, our bullpen has done a fantastic job.
We knew coming into this series that they have a great pitching staff, and it's going to be hard to score runs, and we knew we weren't going to sweep them, and I think they knew they weren't going to sweep us. It's going to be a battle. I fully expect this one to go the distance.
The hopes and dreams of the entire team rested on the broad shoulders of Curt Schilling, as Game 3 found the team in hostile territory. These were moments that Schilling relished.
Well, I mean, I'd definitely rather be pitching after a win, but we just played really well. We haven't put a lot of bad losing streaks together because we played consistently good baseball. I'm not looking at it as anything other than a best of 5 now.
Now to the stretch. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and Jones strikes out swinging on a high fastball, and he'll leave a couple. And the Diamondbacks survive the 6th. Finley lines one to left, down the line, a hit. The Diamondbacks lead it. Here comes Counsell. Here comes Williams right behind him. He's being waved home. Here he comes. Here's no throw to the plate. Now Finley is caught in a rundown. He's tagged out, but the Diamondbacks get a 2-run lead. 0-2 the count on Surhoff. Schilling into his windup. Here's the pitch. Struck him out swinging, and Curt Schilling gets a complete game victory. 5-1 Diamondbacks. Schilling gives up only 4 hits on the night. He strikes out a dozen, and the Diamondbacks now lead this National League Championship Series over Atlanta 2-1.
I've never thrown better in more important games than I have the last 3 or 4 games, but I think it's pretty obvious based on where we're at and what we're doing as a team right now.
Well, after a 1-1 split with the first 2 games, it comes down to a 5-game series, and anytime you can take that first game in a 5-game series, it's important.
Baseball writers and fans alike gave the postseason tested Atlanta Braves the upper hand against the still unproven Arizona Diamondbacks. But now, with a 2-1 series lead, the D-backs were proving that talent and determination could beat anything. Rocking Atlanta in Game 4, the Snakes were not about to let the momentum and a World Series appearance slip away.
Johnson takes off his cap, wipes his brow, and now he gets on the rubber, leans in to get his side. Out of the stretch, the big left-hander ready. And here's the 2-2 pitch on the way, and he struck him out on a slider, swinging, and the inning is over. Johnson out of the stretch. And the 1-0 pitch, and DeRosa hits it to center. On comes Bautista. On comes Bautista. He makes a diving catch. And the 0-1 pitch. And a high fly ball. Center field. Finley's there. The Diamondbacks are going to the World Series. Finley makes the catch in center, and the Diamondbacks advance to the 2001 World Series as they beat the Braves tonight here at Turner Field 3-2.
We beat a good team that has a lot more experience with postseason than we do. I mean, we're going to the World Series. You know, I've never been to the World Series, and at any level of my career, whether it was Little League or any of that, there's only 2 or 3 people in the clubhouse that have been there.
You know, you start the season with one group of guys, you know you're not going to finish with them. As Bob said, guys made contributions. A lot of people over the course of the year kind of didn't believe in some of these guys. The guys in this clubhouse always believed in each other from day one.
I'm going to tell them to enjoy it. I mean, that's the big thing. You know, we'll play our butts off, I guarantee it. But you know, this is a special time, and you got to enjoy the heck out of it. And we know what to do when we get there.
In their first ever trip to the Fall Classic, the Diamondbacks were facing an incredible challenge. New York was looking for anything to distract them from the tragedy of September 11th. And the Diamondbacks knew that emotions in the Big Apple were running high. The nation viewed this World Series as some team from Phoenix against the fabled New York Yankees.
I almost took offense to the stance that it was New York in the city against, or Arizona against the world. I mean, to say that would be to be putting us against what's gone on, and I think that's unfair and that's untrue.
Looking for their 4th straight title, the Bronx Bombers were ready to go toe-to-toe with the Snakes.
This seems like the way it ought to be. I mean, nationally, it certainly makes for a great story with everything the city of New York and the people of New York have gone through over the past 6 weeks. Of course, the storybook ending is that they win the World Series, but hopefully we can do something to prevent that from happening.
These guys have been on top the last 3 or 4 years. They've been in the World Series, and they've been the best. They beat a tough Seattle team that had a great year, but these guys have been to the postseason, to the World Series the last 3 or 4 or 5 years, whatever it might be. And we look at it as if we want to be the best, we have to beat the best. And these guys have been on top for so long. We got to go through their town to do it.
If you're going to have a shot at winning the first World Series in franchise history, what better way to do it than try it against the Yankees?
If Game 1 was to set the tone for the series, the Diamondbacks quickly let it be known that this was their park, and they would set the pace.
The 2-1 pitch to Counsell. High fly ball, deep right field, warning track wall, 1-1 and a home run by Counsell. Now Messina sent, here's the pitch, and Gonzalez a deep drive, there it goes, way back. Diamondbacks lead it on a 2-run homer by Gonzalez, 3-1.
Diamondbacks 5, Yankees 1. Top half of the 4th inning. 1-2 to Williams. And it's strike 3 called on the outside corner. A bell-high fastball from Schilling. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a foul tip into the mid of Miller. Strike 3. And Schilling his 8th strikeout of the night.
Swindell out of the stretch. The first one here and a high fly ball into deep left center. Back goes Finley. He's there. And the Diamondbacks win it. Game number 1 of the 2001 World Series goes to the Arizona Diamondbacks as they defeat the New York Yankees tonight by a score of 9-1.
As Arizona celebrated their first ever World Series win, the 3-time defending champs remained cool, ever confident, and arrogant. But the D-backs were about to teach the Yankees a lesson in humility.
0-2 to Andy Pettit. Strike 3 called on the outside corner, and the inning is over. Randy Johnson strikes out the side in the 3rd inning. He has struck out 7 of the first 9 Yankee hitters he's faced in the game.
He's got Mr. Snappy working tonight.
Now Johnson set to go, as is Brocious. And again, a 1-2 delivery. Strike 3 called, a blazing fastball at 97 on the inside corner. And another Yankee hitter arguing with home plate umpire Mark Hirschbeck. That is Johnson's 6th strikeout. 1-2 to Soho. Grounded down to third. Williams to second. Turn to first. That's a double play. And the Yankees are finished in the 8th inning. Back-to-back singles to start it. A strikeout and a double play to end it. Danny Bautista getting his first start in the World Series. And there's a rocket into right center field. The ball will go to the wall. Reggie Sanders on his way to third. They're going to wave him around. Here comes a throw to the plate from Soriano. Sanders is safe. On to third goes Danny Bautista. 1-0 Diamondbacks. Every time Danny Bautista plays, something electric happens for this ball club. Diamondbacks 4, the Yankees nothing. Top of the 9th inning. 2 down, nobody on. 2 balls and a strike. Johnson to Derek Jeter. And a ground liner right at Council. And Randy Johnson twirls a complete game 3-hit shutout to give the Arizona Diamondbacks a 2-0 lead in this World Series.
We don't stop. Yeah.
With 2 commanding World Series games behind them, the Diamondbacks and Yankees took it to the Bronx. Despite being down 2 games in the series, Yankee fans and players alike never lost their focus. After all, they had Mystique and aura on their side.
We can't even come close to laying claim to the postseason experience they have, but when you use the words mystique and aura, those are dancers at a nightclub. Those aren't things that we concern ourselves with on the ball field. It comes down to 9 on 9 for 9 innings.
If they make a mistake, we're going to have to take advantage of it, and that's how they create the mystique. It's not through it's not mystique. It's through it's that they play that good. You know what I mean? And that's what creates the mystique.
While the Yankees had mystique and aura, it seemed that destiny had chosen to wear Arizona pinstripes. But the D-backs were about to find out that destiny could be a cruel mistress.
Here's a 3-2 to Posada and a deep drive to left, and it's 1-0 New York. Way out of here into the Diamondback bullpen. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Outfield plays Womack to hit the ball to left. Wind up by Roger Clemens in the 2-2 to Womack, and he struck him out swinging. So Clemens has got the strikeout pitch going here tonight. He has fanned 5 of the first 9 Diamondback hitters he's faced. Rivera toes to Robert, blows on his hand, looks in to get his side, and now he is set. And the 3-2 pitch to Matt Williams on the way, and a ground ball back toward the middle. Jeter's got it, throws on the run, and the Yankees won it. Yankees won it, and they make it 2-1 Diamondbacks.
With the Snakes just a game ahead in the series, Bob Brenly would again turn to Curt Schilling, who proved to be the most effective weapon coming off a loss.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Go-ahead runner at third, 2 men out. 7th inning, 1-1 our score. Schilling into his wide. Here comes the 2-2. Struck him out swinging. He went after the high heat and didn't get it. And Schilling is remarkable again here this evening.
2-2 to David Justice. Strike 3 called. Paints the outside corner. Looked like a split finger. Lazo puts the left foot in the box, followed by the right. Waves the bat once. And now he's ready, so too is Stanton. 1-1 delivery. And a fly ball straight away center field. Hit well. Williams on the run. He's not going to get it. It goes to the wall. On his way to third, Gonzalez, they're going to wave him around. Here comes the throw to the plate, way offline. Goes all the way near the Yankee dugout. Scoring all the way from first is Gonzalez. Rubiel Durazo drives in Gonzalez from first base with a double to straightaway center field, and the Diamondbacks have taken a 2-1 lead here in the 8th inning. Runner at third, 1 out, 1-2 pitch to Williams. Ground ball to Jeter. Contact play on. He throws to the plate and the slide. The ball comes loose, and safe at home is Cummings. A perfect throw by Jeter. And Jorge Posada, preparing either for the tag or perhaps a collision, dropped the ball. And the Diamondbacks lead 3-1.
Schilling pitched an amazing game, holding the Yankees to just 1 run. But Brenly knew he might need the ace if the series went the distance. With a call to the bullpen, making his World Series debut, B.K. Kim took the ball.
And Kim the wind and the pitch. Struck him out swinging, and the inning is over. Kim fans aside in his World Series debut. The first Korean-born player to appear in a World Series game, and you can't do it any better than that.
A commanding performance was about to turn to heartache.
Now Tino Martinez led the Yankees with 34 home runs during the regular season. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Grounded to second, struck out swinging, and drawn a walk. Diamondbacks lead 3-1. Runner at first, 2 away. High drive, straight away, center field, hit well. Finley at the wall, goodbye.
The payoff pitch is hit in the right, down the line. Sanders back. Yankees win it. Yankees win it as Jeter snuck one over that right field wall on a 3-2 pitch. And this series is now tied at 2.
With the series now tied, the rabid New York fans could smell the blood.
Well, it's a best of 3. I mean, like I said, momentum, don't buy into that. It's a best of 3 right now. And, you know, we got home field. We got to come out and we got to beat Houston tomorrow. We got first. You know, we're up 3-1. We're 1 out away. So, you know, it's just one of those things that happens. I mean, these guys have been known to do that. They play well here. We know that. And, you know, we had the lead 3-1. We just couldn't hold on to it. Tino came up with a big hit. O'Neill got a big hit with 2 outs. So, you know, our team's fine. We're a veteran ball club just like they were. They were down 2-0, and now it's tied up again. Our team, we feel pretty good, too. You know, this is a tough loss. I'm not going to lie to you, but our team's fine. We'll bounce right back. We've been in these situations before, and we seem to play better when our backs are to the wall, just like those guys did. They've responded and won 2 games in a row.
Game 5 saw the cool-headed Miguel Batista toe the rubber in what many felt was the pivotal game in the series.
1-2 to Finley, and Messina the wind and the pitch, and a high fly ball well hit deep right field, and that ball long gone for Finley. Steve Finley with a home run to the seats in right field. His first home run in the postseason. And the Diamondbacks have drawn first blood. They lead 1-0 here in the 5th inning. 1-2 to count on Barajas. And Messina, the wind and the pitch. High fly ball hit well. Deep left field. Shane Spencer at the wall. Goodbye. Rod Barajas in his first postseason start singled his first time up, and he has homered his second time up. And the Diamondbacks lead Messina and the Yankees 2-0 here in the 5th.
It looked as if the house that Ruth built was turning into a snake pit. Once again, and for the 3rd consecutive night, Arizona's bullpen fell apart.
9th inning, 2 outs for New York. Diamondbacks leading 2-0, trying to go up 3 games to 2. Kim out of the stretch, a look at second, the pitch. There it goes! This game is tied.
You have got to be kidding me.
1 ball, no strikes, and Brocious homers into the left field bleachers. And this game is tied at 2.
2-1 the count. Soriano waits. Albie Lopez a pause and a pitch. And a liner into right field, a base hit. They're going to wave Knobloch. Here comes the throw by Sanders to the plate. And the ball gets away from the Barajas. And the Yankees have won it in the bottom half of the 12th inning on a single by the rookie Alfonso Soriano. 3-2, the Yankees win it in Game 5. And they take a 3-2 lead in this best-of-7 World Series.
The series would go back to Arizona, though most felt it was a foregone conclusion. The Yankees had broken the spirit of this gritty desert ball club. It looked like another World Series trophy was destined for New York. The Diamondbacks turned to powerhouse starter Randy Johnson in hopes of stopping the bleeding.
And now the crowd willing Johnson to try and end this Yankee threat in the 3rd. Bases loaded, 2 away, 1-2 pitch. Struck him out with a fastball up, and Randy Johnson clenches a fist and pumps it a couple of times. And a big deep breath. The Yankees leave the bases loaded. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Tony Womack. The pause from Pettit in the pitch. Lined into center field, base hit. Sanders scores. Miller scores. Tony Womack delivers for the Diamondbacks with a bases loaded 2-run single. It's 3-0 Arizona. And a base hit in the center field by Bautista. Bell scores. Miller scores. Danny Bautista. 3 hits, 3 at-bats, 4 runs batted in. The rout is on in Arizona. 9-0 Diamondbacks in the third. Sanders at third base, Bell at second. Damian Miller over at first. 2-2 to Johnson. Breaking ball, base hit into right field. Reggie Sanders scored. Bell held at third. And Randy Johnson has knocked in more runs with that swing than he's allowed the Yankees in 12 innings in a series. Wow!
In dramatic fashion, the Diamondbacks handed the Yankees a beating. The world watched as this team from the desert made the defending world champs go the distance.
What else would you want? You want to be at home, you want to be in Game 7, you want one of your 2 horses on the mound, and the way Curt Schilling has pitched for this team this year, he deserves to have that ball tomorrow and go for it.
It amazes me how these guys throw so many baseballs during the course of the year and they still have something left. We're down to 1 game. It's a 1-game season at this point.
9 innings away from a lifelong dream. It's got the makings of a classic. Roger Clemens and Curt Schilling, Game 7 of the World Series. If it gets any better than that, then I haven't seen it yet.
Everybody I think that's ever played this sport at any level had a wiffle ball in their hand at some point and said, okay, 7th game of the World Series. You're either pitching or you're hitting. I mean, it's going to happen tomorrow. So how cool is that?
November 4th, 2001. The stage was set. It was time to play ball in World Series Game 7.
The 2-2 pitch to Jeter. Strike 3 call. That's the way this one starts.
And again, the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Split finger. The bottom fell out of that. O'Neill trying to check his swing and no chance. Schilling his 4th strikeout of the night. Danny Bautista waits in the pitch. Line drive into left center field. That ball's going to the wall. Finley on his way to third. Rounding third. He's on his way home. Danny Bautista going to third. Here's a throw. He is out at third. But an RBI double by Danny Bautista puts the Diamondbacks on the board. They lead 1-0. Crowd stands, cheers, willing Schilling to take care of Williams in the 2-2. Strike 3 call, a 97-mile-per-hour fastball in the inside corner. And Williams fires his bat and his helmet and starts walking towards center field. 2-2. Strike 3 called, fastball in the outside corner, and Posada shakes his head in disagreement as he walks back to the Yankee first base side dugout. 6th strikeout tonight by Schilling. 2-2 to Soriano. Schilling delivers. Swing and a miss, strike 3. A 98-mile-per-hour fastball from Schilling.
The D-backs pitching was at its best. But leaving nothing to chance in this game, Brindley reached out to the bullpen for some 9th-inning relief. Working on less than 24 hours rest and coming off his most dominating postseason performance, the big unit toed the rubber for one last time.
Johnson into his windup in the 0-2 to Posada. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Johnson retires all 4 hitters he faces, and that sets the stage for the bottom of the 9th inning here in the 2001 World Series Game number 7.
While the crowd at Bank One Ballpark was on their feet, the nation listened, watched, and waited for the dramatic end to this unbelievable World Series.
Rivera out of the stretch. And the 0-1 pitch, and he bunts back to the mound. There's a play at second, into center field. DeLucci's got to stay at second as Jeter's hurt. Rivera threw it away. The Diamondbacks have 2 on and nobody out, and Jeter is down at second. The 2-2 pitch from Rivera. And a line drive, base hit, down the right field line. The game is tied. On to third goes Bell. Womack to second. The Diamondbacks have tied it here in the 9th. Womack does it
It was the bottom of the ninth. The series was tied. The game was tied. And D-back slugger Luis Gonzalez had the weight of the world on his shoulders.
All the Yankee infielders and outfielders are in. Gonzalez digs into the plate, the stretch, and the 0-1 delivery. And a little blooper, base hit! Diamondbacks win! They're the world champions! Gonzalez did it! The Diamondbacks have unseated the New York Yankees as a world champions. The Diamondbacks win it on the Gonzalez base hit over the drawn-in infield, and they are the champions of the 2001 World Series. Folks, it doesn't get any better than that. Honk your horn, stomp your feet, celebrate in Arizona. The Diamondbacks have won the World Series.
In only 4 short years, the Diamondbacks had done what no other team could.
I hope the fans enjoy this, man, because it's as good as it gets. I mean, this is baseball at its best. It's sports at its best. It's two great teams and playing in a great series, just going down to the last possible moment. And it was an honor to play in this series. And to beat a team like the Yankees is, it's a real honor.
This is probably the best T-shirt I've ever worn in my life, and the best hat too. So we had to play very well to beat the Yankees, and we had great pitching, not only from Randy and Kurt, but from Brian and Miguel, and they had great pitching as well. We were able to squeeze a couple across in the ninth, and we feel real good about that. And then we feel fortunate to have Louis, our MVP, at the plate, and he came through again.
Jerry, tonight it's my honor to present to you the World Championship Trophy. To Jerry Colangelo and all the Arizona Diamondbacks, here it is, your well-deserved World Championship Trophy.
The 2001 Arizona Diamondbacks, our championship season. The Gila River Indian community congratulates the 2001 world champion Arizona Diamondbacks for an unforgettable season. The Arizona Diamondbacks have learned the important lessons of continued improvement, the creation of new opportunities, and community involvement. They've shown what can happen when you stay focused on your goals. The Gila River Indian community has always looked to improve the quality of life for its people, and they're extremely proud of the progress that's been made. While there is much to be done, they've continued to develop more new economic and employment opportunities for their people and others who live in and around the surrounding areas. Their youth are now motivated more than ever towards higher learning and now realize the importance of giving back to the community. The Gila River Indian community appreciates the continued support of the people of Arizona. And once again, thanks to the Arizona Diamondbacks for an exciting series.